Started just right on our seats. So you can find a comfortable cross-leg position. So maybe you take one shin in front of the other, maybe not. If you would prefer to prop up your hips, you can sit on a block and or pillow, folded blanket, books, anything. We'll be here for a few minutes, but not a super long time because we don't have a long time. But we'll also be doing some more movements. So if you are propping yourself up, it would just probably be for this first initial grounding. So, okay, let's go. So let's close the eyes, finding wherever you are in that comfortable seat. Your palms can be face down or up on your knees or thighs. Really notice as you root those sit bones into the earth. Sitting up nice and tall out of the hips. Spine is long, shoulders are down away from the ears. And let's take a nice big deep inhale through the nose. Holding it at the top. Maybe sip in a bit more air. Exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. Notice what that does for you, for your body. If it helps to drop the shoulders more. And then you can simply come to breathing in and out through the nose. We are still focusing on deepening and lengthening the breath. Using the breath to help guide the movements of our body, as well as to help calm the mind a bit. Trying to stay with these nice deep inhales and exhales as you move. Know that this is your practice, so if any of the shapes or poses aren't speaking to you today, find something else or find a variation. And let's start to warm up the neck. So on your next exhale, release the chin toward the chest. So I'm keeping my eyes closed for now for these first few moments. You can always start to flutter them open. And breathing here, feeling that nice stretch in the back of the neck. And gently start to roll that right ear towards the right shoulder. And chin towards the chest. So we're just going to take a few half circles here. And left ear, left shoulder. Feeling that stretch on the side of the right side of the neck. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale here. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Chin to chest. Once more, and we'll hold a bit this time. So right ear, right shoulder. And then if you'd like, you can take those left fingers to the earth next to that left hip. Maybe you inhale that right arm up and over, taking the right fingers just above that left ear to put a bit of gentle pressure on the head. Feel a bit of a deeper stretch in that left side of the neck. And maybe you gently tilt the chin towards the earth or towards the sky, or try both. Being gentle and finding that nice spot where you need a stretch. And breathe into it. And gently release that right hand, taking that chin back toward the chest. Take a breath. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Again, if you'd like to reach those right fingers for the earth. Then maybe you inhale that left arm up and over, left fingers gently pressing just above that right ear on the temple. And then taking a moment to play again with the position of the chin. Finding that stretch. Gently release that left arm. Chin comes back towards the chest. Inhale, taking the gaze up as well as the arms. Reach those arms up overhead. Maybe you gaze up at the fingers. Hands come to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand comes behind the low back. Left hand to the right knee or thigh. Inhale, tall spine, and exhale, twist. Inhale, arms up through center. Exhale to the left. Left hand comes to the earth behind the low back. Right hand, left knee. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, twist. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hinge at the hips and start to fold forward. Hands come wherever they may. You can keep the chest, the gaze lifted, or you can fold and release. Maybe on some your exhale, you walk those fingers out a bit further. Try to keep those sit bones grounded. Walking those hands back in. And let's come onto hands and knees coming into our tabletop. So hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. We will take a few cat-cows because they just feel really good. And they're really good for warming up the spine. So fingers spread wide. Try to put to get the pressure pretty even in the hands. So you're taking most of any undue pressure off the wrists. And tops of the feet can be on the earth. Inhale, drop the belly. Gaze up, sending that tail. Gaze up, arching the spine. Exhale, round. Press the earth away, chin toward the chest. We'll just take two more. Inhale, arching up. And exhale, round. And last one, inhale up. Exhale, round. Coming back to that tabletop. Start to walk your hands forward. Let's come onto our bellies. I am going to make time for it. So slide onto your bellies. Tops of feet are again on the earth. And we're coming right into a Sphinx pose. So forearms are on the earth. Fingers facing the top of your mat. Elbows are near the ribs. And then it's like you're pressing into the earth with the hands and the forearms to pull your chest forward and pull those elbows back towards the ribs, lifting up out of the shoulders, feeling a nice deep stretch on that low back, hopefully. If it's too much, you can always back off a bit by just kind of loosening allowing the chest to fall a little bit. A couple more breaths here. And on your exhale, start to walk yourself back up, coming all the way back into a child's pose. So walk those hands back. Knees can be close together or spread wide as you sink those hips back toward the heels, reaching those hands out in front of you. Maybe your forehead comes to the earth, maybe it does not. So you can always stack the forehead on stacked hands or fists or a block or pillow, whatever you have. If your forehead is on the earth, let's take the hands to touch. So your forearms drop to the earth, hands touch as if they're in prayer, and then start to bend at the elbows to take the hands to the nape of the neck. So fingers are pointing toward the sky, and you can walk those elbows forward a bit. Take a few breaths here. So this child's pose hopefully helps to just counteract that deep stretch in the low back from that Sphinx. Getting a little bit of a stretch on the triceps by having the arms bent as well. Breathing and grounding with that forehead on the earth. Release those hands back down if they're at the back of the neck. Come back up into your tabletop. And then make your way onto your seat. And just as a transition, we're coming all the way to our backs, so we're not doing anything crazy to get down here. So just lowering yourself as best you can. Start to let's hug both knees into the chest. You can wrap your arms around the shins, so grabbing for opposite wrists or elbows to really hug yourself in tight. Maybe you take a gentle rock side to side. Maybe you loosen the grip on the shins and knees, taking the hands to the shins and roll the knees in circles, rolling that low back out on the earth. So if you do that, go in both directions. And let's keep that right knee in as we extend the left leg long on the mat. So you can interlace the fingers, the hands around that right shin, hugging it in towards the chest, or allow it to fall open towards that right shoulder. Maybe you take some circles with that right ankle. Again, going in both directions. You can point and flex the foot. And we'll take a half happy baby here. So left hand comes to the left hip just to keep it grounded. Right hand can come to the outside of the right foot, shin, or thigh, or take that right arm to the inside of the right leg. The peace fingers, first and middle finger, come to the wrap around that big toe with the thumb, and then begin to extend that right foot towards the sky as you draw the knee towards the earth. Feeling a nice stretch through the inside of that right leg. So if you have that right arm to the inside, you can use the elbow to just kind of gently press the leg open a bit more. Breathing. Start to release that grip on the foot if you have it, so that right knee is still coming in towards the chest. Take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Right arm comes out to a T, and start to carry that right leg across the body. So rolling up onto that left hip, trying to keep that right shoulder grounded for a nice twist here. You can keep your collarbone, your gaze towards the sky, or if it feels okay, you can gently take your gaze towards the right. And that left hand is just sort of guiding that right leg over to the left, helping it stay put. And come back through center. And let's bend that left leg, plant the left foot on the earth, cross that right ankle over the top of the left thigh for our reclined pigeon. If this is enough for you, stay here, or you can start to lift that left foot up, interlacing the fingers around that left shin or behind the thigh as you hug it in. So that right arm is going between the space between the legs. And maybe you use that right arm to gently put some pressure against that right leg to simply change the sensation here. Notice that you're still breathing. Notice if you have any tension in the neck, shoulders, jaw, anywhere that you can release. Hopefully finding a nice stretch on the outside of that right thigh. Or, I'm sorry, hip. Maybe thigh. And keeping that left leg in, start to extend that right leg long on the mat or your space. So left knee hugging in towards the chest, or you can allow the knee to fall towards the shoulder. We're switching sides. Maybe you make some circles with that left ankle, or do some pointing and flexing of the foot. Maybe feeling those cracks and pops. Let's take our half happy baby. Right hand comes to that right hip to simply keep it grounded. Left hand to the outside of the left foot, shin or thigh, or to the inside of that leg, reaching for the big toe. Draw that left knee to the earth. Foot goes towards the sky as you open up here. Breathe. And we'll start to come into our twist. So left knee comes back towards the chest, and then right hand to the outside of that left thigh. Take that left arm out to a T as you guide that left leg across the body, rolling up onto that right hip. So again, try to keep the left shoulder grounded. Maybe your gaze stays towards the sky, or maybe you turn towards the left. And coming back through center. Left knee toward the chest still. Bend that right leg, plant the right foot, cross that left ankle over the top of the right thigh. Try to keep that left foot flexed, staying right here, or starting to hug that right leg in. Interlacing the fingers around that shin or thigh. And again, maybe use that left elbow to put some gentle pressure on the left leg, simply changing the sensation of the stretch. And release that left leg. Hug both knees in towards the chest once more. Again, if you'd like to rock side to side. If you'd like to take a full happy baby here, you can reach both hands for the outside of the feet, shins, thighs. You could wrap the forearms behind the knees and use those forearms to pull the knees towards the body, or arms to the inside of the legs, reaching for those big toes. And maybe you take a gentle rock side to side here. And you can straighten out one leg and then the other, or both. And then as you're ready, you can begin to come into a Shavasana pose. So extending your legs out long on the earth. You can take your feet, your legs as wide as the mat. Allow them to flop open towards the sides. Arms can be at your sides. Or you can connect to the body, left hand to heart, right hand to belly. As you close the eyes and try to take a few moments of rest, of relaxation, restoration, stillness, releasing any residual tension in the body. So you can stay here in your Shavasana for as long as you would like. If you're live with me and are ready to move on right now, you can gently press yourself to a comfortable seat. Trying to keep the eyes closed as we close out our practice. Reconnecting with the breath, the body. Inhaling the arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. May you have compassion in your thoughts. May you have kindness in your words and actions. And may you have love and peace in your hearts.